This is Houston. Say again, please.
5,
Houston, we've had a problem. We've had a main B plus undervolt.
0.
Roger, main B undervolt. Okay, stand by at 13. We're looking.
We have a picture from Neville also, and Neville has spent a lot of time on some software that we never get to understand really how he does all this. Neville, tell us a little bit about your picture. I'm gonna put you up on full screen now. So.
Okay, fine. Okay, I came across this image by chance, really. I actually made a video of it, but this is on like the last part of it because there's loads more in it. So anyway, I came across this. It's inside of there's like a round section on the image. Now inside of this, I came across this. It's like a pathway that runs along. Now at the beginning of this pathway, you can see like a square obelisk thing. I don't know. I can't say it properly. It's like a square obelisk thing with this hole in. Now I'm thinking, is this the big like to show this is the beginning of where to go somewhere? You know, I don't know. I've noticed things like that before. Like you get pathways, and at the end of them, they've got like something built at the end of them, and it leads to somewhere. So anyway, you go along this road a bit. And there's like a boat structure. You can actually see it here. I'll make the screen a bit bigger. Right there. You can actually see. You can see like the front part of it that curves round. You can see the bit in the centre. You can see the square block in the centre.
Yeah.
Now it curves round at the side. On the back of it, there looks like there's two loops. You know, I've noticed loops on things before, like as if to put something in to drag it somewhere or to move it, you know. Now, beside that, further down at the front, actually came across these two square flat things on the ground here. Now on this one, you can see something on that side, and on the other side you can actually see something, you can actually see the round shape of it there, coming down, with something on it. In the middle, I can't really make it out, but in the middle there's something even bigger, you know? But that's like, it's like it's being copied from one side to the other. That seems very strange. Now then, further backwards from this, if you move up, this is really brilliant, this. You can see an arch. Can you see the arch there?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now if you go underneath through this arch, right, you come to, this is really brilliant, this, you can see a triangle, like a triangle shape, can't you? Right,
Yeah.
half of it,
Yeah.
because something else is in front of it, but in the middle of it, what I found was an eye. You can see the eye in the centre of it, which I thought, my God, it looks like the sign that's on the dollar bill, you know, the Illuminati sign?
Illuminati. Yes.
Yeah? Now, that's like, I thought, my God, that's like brilliant.
Wow.
You'll be able to hear me reaction on the video. Anyway, further up on the other side of this path, you come to, there's another like sculpture sort of building thing. You can see the legs on it, the bottom part of it. You can see this side, maybe the other side goes further along, I don't know. It comes up, and on the top of it, you've got like a round half circle. Now, to me, it looks as if it's curved, as if we can't see the other side. But on it, you can actually see a letter S, plain as day, like, you know. Now I looked further back, and on the wall behind it is another S, another writing, like SF or something else, you know. But anyway, I carry on further this side. Now, if you carry on going up this path, this opens up into like a round circle enclosure. Now, you can see there's something in the middle of it. You can see a round stone in the centre as if it curves round. And on the stone, it looks like a Christmas tree shape, you know, on the middle of it. As if there's like a fountain type structure. Now further back on here, you can actually see there's a huge thing in the back. You can see actually it's got two like wing structures that stick out this side, and there's one sticks out on this side. Now in the middle of it, you can see the square structure. You know, you can see a square structure with, it looks like there's like an arch coming over the front of it. Now, I'd actually found this before in another image. I'll bring that up 1 second. It's actually in front of the image that Linda found. That's the image that Linda found there. Now, in front of this, you can actually see the square structure with the two wings. There, I've drawn it in there, as if they stick out, you know. And I thought, my God, that looks exactly the same as that. You know, you can actually see all the carvings and all the shapes on it. But this image here, I was actually showing it to Josie Escamilla last night, and he was amazed with it, you know. But it's just that whole pan that I posted, it's just filled with amazing things, you know. I mean, even on here, it looks as if, now you can see here, it looks like an arm that comes down here. Can you see that properly? Now it looks like an arm. This bit here could be a leg coming down here. You've got the other side of the leg coming down behind that S. But the head there, you can't.
There it is.
You can actually see the head there. You can see like it's got a pointed helmet on with a band coming around the front. You can see the nose. You can see the mouth. I'll actually spin it so you can actually see it.
Yeah.
There, you can't hide there. You can actually see the head on it. No, that's like the band coming around the head. You can see the nose.
You will have to zoom a little bit out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's
yeah.
Yeah.
There.
Much better. Much better.
There. You can actually see the arm as if they're holding something. You can see the other arm coming down. You know, and there's the head. You can see. You can see as if it's got a flat nose. You know, it's just everywhere you look, you see something, and it's like.
Wow. Yes.
I mean, I'm gonna have to really go over that pan really,
You have to.
Really slowly, like, you know. But plus, also, if you alter the tones and that, more things pop out, and you think, oh man, that's brilliant, like. But that's my image.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's a great one. It's a really great one. And I think one day you and I are gonna do a one-on-one on Skype with that image, and when you have figured everything out, found everything in it,
Right.
we can take it up again, because it's a very interesting image. Martine, what's your thought on it?
Well, I'm sort of looking at areas here on my iPad, so I'm zooming in. Those letters that Nev has pointed out, the S's are so clear, really, really clear. And the whole thing looks like a beautiful painting, doesn't it? It really does. I'd love to have this up on my wall. But the textures and the tones of the landscape, I've never seen anything quite like it. But I can see, I'm zooming in, I can see what looks like walls and steps and... This long pathway, as you say, seems to be leading to, my first thought, I thought that area at the back there with the 2 points, it almost looks like a beautiful cathedral, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's quite. But there's another strange pathway coming down. But also where we've got these white streaks coming down the rock, but you know, just to sort of 7 o'clock from those 2 points, it looks like waterfalls to me. Water cascading down the rocks.
It could be, yeah. It could be.
You see where I mean, on that little dark area, just
yeah.
slightly 7 o'clock down from that point on the left.
Like,
there's some streaks, and that looks like
there.
water.
Like there.
I think.
There.
Have you just come back from the north? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just a bit further back as well. They're almost vertical.
Yeah, I think I can imagine everybody sitting there turning their heads now, trying to see it.
Yeah. Indeed, but I mean, it is wonderful. It is lovely.
Yeah. They're like inside of the.
You found it. That's it. Can you see like 2 white streaks coming down?
Yeah.
That looks like cascading waterfalls to me.
Right, yeah. It could be. You don't know.
Billy?
This image, the more I look at it now, because I'll be honest, this is my first time really getting to take a good look. I saw it online briefly. I didn't take a good look, but Neville started talking about it and showing some of the anomalies there. And the more I look at it between this screen and my computer, now I'm really blown away because I'm seeing a lot of letters. Letters that we recognize on Earth, a lot of S's. And one thing that I've noticed on Mars is the S is almost everywhere. I've seen hundreds of S's, more than any other type of a potential hieroglyph or emblem or different types of logos or you know, but the S is more than anything. Now, if you go back into, you know, just going back into ancient texts, you find that there was a planet behind Mars which apparently exploded and became the asteroid belt. In ancient times, they called that planet Krypton, okay? And if you remember, Superman came from the planet Krypton, which was a planet that actually exploded, according to the, you know, to the story, to the myth, and he had an S on his chest. So I'm really starting to wonder right now what the correlation is between some of these Hollywood writers and how much inside information do they really have about, you know, what's going on in our solar system here, because the coincidence is just too incredible. You have the S everywhere. It's almost as if the S is like the symbol for Mars. It's everywhere. I've seen it on things that look like boats, things that look like buildings, things that look like sculptures. You know, and now Neville is showing it to me in this amazing image. You know, so I'm really starting to wonder. I mean, a lot of people think that which would have been the 5th planet, when they think it exploded. When it exploded, it became the asteroid belt. A lot of that debris hit Mars. When the mass hit Mars, it shifted the actual crust of the planet and gave it a pole shift. And that's why one side of Mars is completely charred, and the other side is one of the smoothest areas in our solar system. Because that landmass hit from the other planet, and then it actually gave it a complete shift of the crust. When that crust shifted, then all the seas were ripped out of the beds, all the mountains, you know, broke down, all the plates moved, caused a global catastrophe. But it's just amazing that planet was called Krypton. You have Superman, you have the S, you know, and that planet was supposedly about 4 times bigger than Earth, according to astronomers, astrophysicists. They think it was about 4 times larger than Earth. Now, if you go to a planet of that size, and then you leave that planet with that physiology, and you're used to that gravity, and you come to Earth or Mars, Mars is 1/3 less gravity than Earth, and obviously Earth is 1/3 more gravity than Mars. But the planet that they came from was probably a complete 2 to 3 times more gravity than both planets. So a human being or entity coming from that type of gravity to Mars or Earth would have superior strength. You would be able to jump 100 yards. You'd be able to dunk a 20-foot basketball hoop.
Yeah.
You would be able to pick up a car and throw it because your physiology would be set to the gravity from that larger planet.
Sure.
You know, so this is some amazing stuff. And also, some of the things I saw in Nev's image was, it's almost like Lord of the Rings type, you know, in that area.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Of Sauron, you know, you have the pathway leading to, like, you know, the temple or the castle and everything. It's kind of medieval in a way.
Neville, could you put up the picture again, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Put that image up. That's one of the most amazing things that I've seen in a long time. I mean, this one, you can spend hours on this one pan. I can see now there's so much stuff in there. And what I say to people who doubt what we're seeing and what's going on up here on Mars is this: what is the likelihood that you can find this many anomalies in one small geographical location?
Yes.
You know, people will say, "Oh, I can see faces in clouds. Oh, I can see faces in rocks. Oh, this and that." It's in your mind. Okay, I can understand that, but how can you see this many things in one small image?
Area, yeah.
It's covering an area that's maybe how big would you estimate that area to be, Nev?
The area is round about 200 meters big.
Oh, see, okay, to see this many anomalies in that area, I think you could probably win the lottery. You'd probably have a better chance of winning the lottery every day for the rest of your life. Than you would see this many anomalies in one image, 200 square meters. This is proof to me that there definitely is and was something going on Mars.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Definitely.
Linda, what's your thoughts on it?
Yes, Thomas. That is just mind-blowing, Billy, about the, you know, Superman and his planet that, you know, we always grew up, you know, thinking that this was just something Hollywood made up, you know. And it makes you wonder, you know, if they had some type of secret connection, you know, with NASA or whatever, and had seen, you know, all of this, and that's how they come up with the stories, you know, the movies, and that pathway that, you know, as is what going in, it does look like it's like some type of castle, you know, with the towers up there and the point, you know, tower and the deck that comes out, sort of looks like it has a railing, you know, around it that forms the right angles.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just, and the S's, that was mind blowing. I had no idea that was there. Thank you. But that is the whole entire image now is just so amazing. It's
I know it is.
Wow. That's all I could say was wow. When I first saw it, and it makes you speechless, and that is some type of I don't know if you say a craft or vehicle, you know, with the shapes that is there, the square and the rounded.
Yeah.
Yes. It's just. I'm looking for little beings, you know, running around. You know, that is the first thing I'm thinking, you know, that they are there. That's, you know, and that castle, it's so much like the medieval times, as they call it.
It does.
Yeah. Yes. It's just totally amazing.
It's a really, really great one.
Yes, it is.
Yes, I would like to. Now, Coach said something about the S and Superman and Krypton, and I was thinking more like, what if we here on Earth have the binary system with zeros and one? With those two numbers, you can write everything. What if they had the same kind of system on Mars or outside Earth in the universe, and S was one of those two you need as a foundation for a binary system? that was just one thought, because we all talked about it, that the S was coming up a lot of times all over.
Yeah.
But it's a really great image. I love it, and we need to go through this together another time. There are so much in it that needs to be pointed out with paintings and
actually,
and
now that I look at this section, you know, the boat section there, you know how it curves upwards like that. Now, if you go to the end of it, is that not an eye? Is that not like a? You can see the end of the nose of like a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You can see it.
Yeah.
You know, you can see it. It like curves up. You can see the two round holes where the nose is.
Yeah.
There's the eye, as if it's like a part of a dragon. A dragon's leaning forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It does. Yeah.
Wow.
Neville, we need to go through this together, and we're gonna use
Yes, I
some
know.
paintings in grayscale and colors to point out things.
Yeah.
This is a wonderful picture. Thank you very much for sharing us with it. It's a really great one.
Fantastic.
Thank you.